Tired of watching the same 5 Christmas films every year? Or wasting your holiday time on new, boring, and predictable Christmas movies? Then this list is for you. Here are 10 Christmas films we bet you've never seen. Enjoy! The first film on the list is the Oscar-nominated Spanish comic satire Plácido.
Nosotros le hemos hecho el saludo a lo militar, don Gabino. Bueno, claro, que ustedes lo hacen a lo militar. Yo no sabía eso. Bueno, ahora entonces, mucha alegría, 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 alegría.
This darkly humorous masterpiece offers a sharp critique of social class disparities in mid-20th century Spain. The story follows a group of wealthy socialites organizing their annual Christmas charity event, where they invite poor people to dine with them. Directed by Luis Garcia Berlanga, this cynical farce highlights how such displays of communal generosity are often exploited by the wealthy for photo opportunities and the prestige of philanthropy, while they remain less enthusiastic about rubbing shoulders with the poor. Through a series of absurd and often uncomfortable situations, the film exposes the hypocrisy and self-interest that can lie beneath seemingly charitable actions.
¿Y el del motocarro? Yo qué sé. ¿Usted sabe conducir? Sí, en las películas. Pues menos mal, aproveche. Yo solo sé lo de las manos, lo de los pies no. Y además no le tolero lo que está pasando conmigo. Yo estoy condecorado.
The second film is completely different, a modern family comedy from Germany. Set in a small Bavarian village, the story follows 10-year-old Bertil on an unexpected adventure with Santa's talking moose, who has just crashed through the ceiling of his living room. The moose, who is very polite and deeply embarrassed by the mishap, explains that his master, Santa, had taken him out for a trial run. In his excitement, the moose made a sharp turn, causing Santa to land in a ditch in Ireland while the moose ended up in Germany. Bertil and his family must work together to get the moose back to the North Pole in time for Christmas. Otherwise, the holiday is in jeopardy. Along the way, they face numerous challenges and even have to rescue Santa himself. With sharp and unexpectedly grown-up humor, the film offers entertainment for both kids and adults alike. This film has everything you'd expect from a proper Christmas movie. A snowman, carol singing, sleigh rides, Christmas dinners, and most intriguingly, a murder. This Swedish mystery thriller from 1947 is simply irresistible. The story is set in a country mansion, where a family has gathered to celebrate the season. The wealthy owner shocks everyone by announcing his plans to sell the estate, but on Christmas morning he is found dead. The film is a brilliant mashup of Agatha Christie-style whodunit and Bergman's classic Swedish cinematic style. So if you are up for short mystery solving, this film is for you.
Men Kristina, vila dig ett slag.
Du nekar med allting.
Men lilla vän, kan du inte spela någonting annat då för omväxlings skull?
Kristina är ledsen för inte farbrorn kom.
Vilken farbror?
Kristinas farbror, han som skriver böcker. Han ligger på flygeln.
Va? Ligger någon på flygeln? Ja, då slår jag vad om att det är broder Clemens, för han intar alltid helst liggande ställning.
Burpa.
Here you can enjoy 2 films where the sequel is even better than the original. These movies are the ultimate anti-perfectionist holiday comedies, following a group of hopeless vacationers. In the first film, they wreak havoc in the Ivory Coast, and in the second, they attempt to conquer the French Alps during Christmas. Chaos ensues as these city slickers fumble their way through ski lessons, get tangled in lift equipment, and somehow turn every simple situation into a hilarious disaster.
Alors, à votre avis, quels sont les défauts principaux de Jean-Claude?
Il est raide comme un piquet.
Et puis, il plante pas son bâton.
Ah, et surtout très en arrière.
Attention, j'ai pris de la vitesse. Fais attention, écoute.
Ça peut arriver, non?
Alors, nous sommes tous d'accord pour dire que Jean-Claude est nul.
Ah oui,
Ouais.
Eh bien, figurez-vous que c'est le moins mauvais d'entre vous.
The finely crafted script, enriched by the cast performances, highlights the comic brilliance of these films. A staple of French comedy, they skillfully blend humor, intelligence, and a subtle exploration of the social dynamics of the era.
Le Christ a subi de cruelles persécutions et a été mis à mort parce que ses ennemis le haïssaient. Que lui-même soit resté moralement supérieur à tout cela, qu'il n'ait pas voulu résister et pardonner à ses ennemis, on le comprend, de mon point de vue comme du vôtre. Mais pourquoi, en pardonnant à ses ennemis, n'a-t-il pas, pour parler comme vous, libéré leurs âmes des effroyables ténèbres où elles croupissaient? Pourquoi n'a-t-elle pas vaincu leur méchanceté par la puissance de sa douceur?
This pick isn't for everyone. It is an internationally co-produced philosophical epic, set entirely in a vast Transylvanian manor during Christmas 1900. Over the leisurely festive period, the landowner and his guests engage in lengthy debates on topics such as war, religion, identity, and European culture.
Encore une fois, ou bien il ne le pouvait pas, ou bien il ne le voulait pas. Dans les deux cas, il ressort, selon vous, qu'il n'était pas suffisamment pénétré du véritable esprit évangélique. Et comme il s'agit, si je ne m'abuse, de l'évangile du Christ et de personne d'autre, il apparaît que pour vous, le Christ n'était pas suffisamment pénétré de l'authentique esprit du Christ.
This 200-minute film mirrors the unhurried pace of a secluded Christmas, where the conversations are sure to either invigorate or infuriate. While many period films try to appeal to modern audiences, Malmkrog does the opposite, challenging viewers to keep up with its high-minded discussions, which served as aristocratic entertainment in pre-technological times. There's something uniquely stimulating, even gripping about it.
Morning, Harper. Morning, sir. Miss Pringle, do you feel it really necessary to make such a display of your popularity?
I thought they'd livened the desk up a little.
Banking is one of the few dignified businesses left in the world, Miss Pringle. Do you mind terribly if we keep it that way?
I'm sorry, sir.
Morning, Pearson. Morning.
For something more exciting, this pick is an excellent blend of a bank heist, a keenly observed workplace drama, and a Christmas story. On a snowy December 23rd, a charming yet ruthless criminal poses as an insurance investigator, making an unannounced visit to inspect the bank. Working with an unseen gang, his accomplice holds the wife and young son of the despotic, Scrooge-like bank manager hostage. The cold-blooded plan involves robbing the vault of £96,000 and escaping without interference from the bank manager.
It's rather a good plan, don't you think? No noisy guns or bleeding cashiers, no rushing off in stolen cars, none of that working through the night with the do-it-yourself tools and the unstable explosives. I detest brutality. I want bank robberies to be smoother, more sociable.
However, much like Charles Dickens' Scrooge, the cold-hearted boss experiences a transformation. Learning humility after a surprising turn of events forces him to rely on his underling to save his family's lives.
Have a cocktail?
Thanks. Nick Childs here?
Yes.
You're his wife?
Yes. Hey, Nick.
This pick is a classic screwball comedy with a murder mystery, set against the backdrop of the holiday season. The story unfolds during cocktail parties on Christmas Eve and culminates with the killer's exposure at a dinner party around New Year's Eve.
I'm going to get the murderer. And I've got an idea. You want to see me take him?
Yes.
Have you got a nice evening gown?
Well, what's that got to do with it?
Have you got a nice evening gown?
Yes, I've got a Lulu. What?
I'm going to give a party and invite all the suspects.
The suspects, well, they won't come.
Oh, yes, they will. I'll get Gil to issue the invitations.
Who do you think did it?
Mimi,
Mimi?
Jorgensen, Morelli, Tanner.
The film inspired 5 sequels and was nominated for 4 Oscars. However, the plot is so absurd that no reasonable viewer could follow it, and the movie makes little effort to demand that you try. Its most captivating feature is the charm of the rapid-fire, witty dialogue between Detective Nick, William Powell, and his wife, Nora, Myrna Loy. Their playful banter and the lighthearted way they approach life make the film unforgettable. It's about personal style, about living life as an artwork. If you enjoy snappy, clever conversations, this is a far better choice than any Santa story.
I don't want to hear anything about it.
Is that my drink over there?
What are you drinking?
Rye.
Yes, that's yours.
Send me up a whole flock of sandwiches.
This is another French film, and it's a classic French new wave drama. The movie is part of Eric Rohmer's 6 Moral Tales series and offers a wry, witty, and seasonal pleasure, a smart antidote to the cloying sentimentality of many Christmas films. It may even be the world's first relationship comedy, a genre quite distinct from the typical rom-com. The story follows Jean-Louis, a sanctimonious Catholic engineer who becomes infatuated with a blonde woman he sees in church and resolves to marry her. However, his determination is tested over the Christmas holidays when he gets snowed in for the night with the beautiful, charismatic, and opinionated divorcee, Maud. For Jean-Louis, Christmas Eve becomes a night of temptation and intense philosophical discussion.
Vous êtes un chrétien honteux, doublé d'un don juan honteux. C'est bien le comble.
Mais non, c'est faux. J'ai aimé, c'est très différent. J'ai aimé 2 ou 3 femmes dans ma vie. Enfin, disons 3 ou 4. J'ai vécu avec elles des périodes très longues qui ont duré plusieurs années. Je ne les ai peut-être pas aimées follement. Oh, si, tout de même, assez follement.
This pick is a traditional Christmas story told in an unconventional way. Catalan director Albert Serra offers a witty and contemplative take on the journey of the 3 wise kings as they search for the newborn baby Jesus. Their expedition takes on epic proportions as they traverse desert-like terrain with fortitude and stoicism. While Matthew's Gospel covers the journey in just a few sentences, Birdsong expands it into 98 minutes, giving the arduousness of this ancient adventure a palpable sense of material weight and physicality. As they travel over hills, descend valleys, and navigate sparse landscapes, Serra's film chronicles their progress to Bethlehem through patient, meditative black and white cinematography and minimal dialogue. It requires similar patience from the viewer, but for those who tune into its rhythm, the film reveals a beguiling mix of absurdity and beauty.
To rid the map of every trace of Germany and of the Hun, we must exterminate that race. We must not leave a single one. Heed not their children's cries. Their slay all now, the woman too, or else someday again they'll rise, which if they're dead, they cannot do.
Ein Feind ist unserer und einer allein. Schon meißelt er Deutschlands Grabestein. Voller Hass ist sein Busen, voller Neid und voll Pein. Ein Feind ist unserer und einer allein. Nun hebt der Freveler die Meuchelnde an. Sein Name, du kennst ihn, ist England.
This is an unusual pick for Christmas, an obscure French war drama. The film depicts the true events of 1914 when, during World War I, ceasefires were held across enemy lines during Christmas. Soldiers crossed trenches to share stories, sing carols, play football, and, for one night, treat each other as friends. The film captures the demoralizing physical and emotional tolls the soldiers endured leading up to the truce, the inspirational night of the truce itself, and the increasingly complicated aftermath as the troops struggle to return to seeing their new friends as enemies. This film is not just set during the holiday season. It embodies everything Christmas is supposed to represent: generosity, love, peace, and thankfulness. It shows how the holiday alters the characters' perceptions and emotions in a setting where such change seems nearly impossible. Although heavier than most Christmas stories, what it represents at its core is as inspirational as any holiday classic. It demonstrates the profound power of Christmas, even in the darkest of circumstances.
Gute Nacht, durch der Engel hat tönt es laut vom
And that's our list. We hope you've discovered a new Christmas film that might become your personal holiday classic. Share in the comments which lesser-known holiday movie you watch every year. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next video.